Hey guys, what's going on? FYMyPawn here, and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Since we last left off, we did a ton of edicts. For the most part, we did some quest stuff. Namely, we managed to figure out that Jubilis Marthopol is... He had the chance to get immortality, but he decided against it. In addition, we dealt with the issues of Knock Knock, who, was trying to become a hero, but he's been demoralized somewhat. But hey, we got him on the right track, and let's hope things go from there. For this stream, we are reaching the point where we should get the invitation from Pitax. If not, I'm going to be very concerned and confused. But hopefully things just work out. But without further ado, let's just get into things and see what happens, because we've got a lot to cover. And probably a few edicts. Now, where we last left off, if I do recall correctly... one second. There we go. Since we last left off, if I do recall correctly, we went with Jubilis to go finish that quest. That took us quite a bit of time, and we did, unfortunately, not finish off where we usually do, but hey, that's just par for the course. Kinda used to it at this point. But I digress. We managed to get through to that without relative trouble, so now it's our goal to get back to Tuskdale, and let's see what we have for time. We've got 29 days. So, as long as we don't go beyond that, we should be fine. Honestly, I think once it hits 14 days, we will have to go to the Bald Hilltop in order to prevent any issues with our kingdom statistics, because we got a lot to go off of. Never mind the upgrades that we've been doing here. Like, there's a lot to go through. Alright, let's go to the throne room and let us do some edicts, because I do believe we are basically done for the most part in regards to kingdom stuff. So it's really just wrapping up loose ends. Alright, let's see. Beneath the Stolen Lands, we just need to wait until the final shroud loses its mark. We can upgrade any region, annexation, P for prosperity. Yep, we've got 29 days for the next attack, which is going to be interesting. But yeah, no. Nothing too crazy so far. Alright. To start out, let us organize what we have. We've currently got 6 people on positions to focus on. We won't be able to do the new Priest of Abadar from the looks of it, but if we do have the time, we might be able to get Jathal on there. So that is an option. Let us see. What else have we got? We've got Divine, Arcane, and Stability, which is pretty low. Who do we want to support? That's the question. Let us see. What is there anything else that we can level up? We can level up Treasurer, General, Magister. Yeah, nothing too useful just yet. Okay, we'll leave those alone then for now. Instead, we're going to focus on ranking up, because I don't think there's actually anything else we can do, aside from, well, as I said, level up. For the Warden, we're going to leave him at Stability 4. Yes, I do have a high stat, but if in the off chance that we do go down a step through unforeseen circumstances, we can quickly level up Stability and just spam it up to maximum difficulty, so that way we get the highest amount of skill in that regard. From there, we are going to go with... Let's see, we can level up Counselor to get that up to... That's 8, so... We can level up Counselor to 9, I guess. There's the Curator, which is currently at 4, so we can bring him to 5, which will help, certainly. Oh, no, wait, I bring him to 6. Alright, so culture's at 5. We've got the Grand Diplomat, which is currently at 9. You know what? I think we level up the Grand Diplomat and just get him to a nice, firm 10. That sounds like a logical thing to do. Let's just keep that simple. Hopefully it's the right thing now. Alright, let's just do Bartholomew's upgrade and we'll go from there. Let's see what issues pop up. Alright, relations have reached 10. We've done the Last Wall Cavalry. The Ancient Curse is upon us. Eclipse is successful. Okay. So we've done the edicts properly. Alright. An unusual visitor has arrived, and it's apparently a golem. We will address that in a moment, but we're going to want Jathal with a coin. Well, yeah, we'll get a coin on this, just to get the Jathal's espionage up. We'll put a point there, and that'll take 13 days. We apparently now have a national treasure here, which is nice. Okay, is there anything else that I want to level up? Not really, no. However, we can start investing into this. Community, Regent's Community, I believe, yes. Yep. So we can have Valerie put there. Stability and Nobility, we can have Keston currently on that. Because stability is really good, we don't need to worry about that. We can get some trade agreements going. Daggermark might be a bit bad for us currently. If I recall correctly, it had a few issues with it. Let's see. Reduces income by 1 for each rank of stability and espionage below 10. So, if we were to get this, we would lose 1 BP a day. Which, in hindsight, isn't that bad. But if we're going to do that, we're going to take the benefits rather than the downsides. And because Bartholomew doesn't need to worry about it too much, we can get him on this trade agreement with Galt, because now relations are at 10. Alright, let's get a... I guess let's organize people and let's get them into position. Alright, it's going to cost 175 for this. It's going to cost us 175 for this, so we're going to need 75 BP. We'll just get 100 just to be safe. And for the last one with the trade agreement with Galt, we'll hold off on that. As for who we support, we can support either the Curator or the Counselor. I think the Counselor is the next focus, because we can get the loyalty up to 9. But we'll have to see what goes down. So we'll do a quick save, and let us see what the visitor wants. An adamantine or strange golem enters your throne room. It is seriously hurt, barely moving its legs and swaying as if it's drunk. Help us. Help. Help. A frowning harem quickly responds. How do you like that? Again, someone needs our help, and again it has to do with the golems. Does any of these seem familiar, Stephen Armstrong? Those simpletons from the Skidgy clan must have dug up something else, and got themselves into trouble again. The priest's remarks are punctuated by a terrible clanging sound as the golem collapses on the floor into pieces. And I warned them. They were wooing death. I warned them. Let's return to that little fortress that they couldn't get inside and see what happened to them this time. Yes, we may as well go check on them. Just don't go without me, alright? I want to see it with my own eyes what catastrophe they've wrought this time. All the while praying to their Torag. Alright, sounds like a plan. Alright, Jathal's on that. Alright. I think we're fine, but we're probably going to want to deal with the Bald Hilltop at some point. The sooner the better. Let me check to be sure. A new attack is coming soon. Okay. Well, let's hope it's not that bad. But I digress. What we're going to do is we're going to leave with what we've got. But we'll be taking Harem, so we don't need Mistral, I believe. Yeah, we need Harem for this, so Mistral's going to be put behind for now. And we'll go from there. As we usually do. Alright, we don't need to get to the Bald Hilltop just yet. So that isn't a worry. Alright, where do we need to go? We need to go to the fortress, so we need to go to Talzaford, which is the closest mark. Alright, teleport to Talzaford. There we go. We will quickly level up Harem, because why not? He is going to be He's going to need that level up anyways. What do we focus in? It's got extra channel, outflank, shield focus, heavy armor focus. Could get him critical focus if we really want. Yeah, we might as well. I always grab it for everybody. Alright, level 14 cleric. Alright. Let's see. Spellbook, right. We're looking at Harem's spellbook. He's got 7th level spells already, Jesus. Alright, well, we're gonna get that. Or we can get Word of Chaos. Let's get Disintegrate. It's a little bit better, I think. Alright, we're going to want... we can get Destruction, we could get Create Undead. I think Create Undead is the best here. It may seem odd, considering we are not grabbing heals, but... Healing's meh. No, we'll get Create Undead. A lot of Create Undead for this level, we'll get Harm for this level, and we'll get some heals here, I believe. We don't need Cure Moderate, we want the Heal spell. Here it is. Heal is infinitely going to be better, and as per the Heal spell, it's going to heal 140 HP, as well as get rid of negative effects. So all the more reason to get it. As for what we go with beyond that... Well, let's just focus Heal. There's no need to think too hard on this. Alright, for 5th level... Yeah, but... I guess Bone Shatter be good. Yeah, Bone Shatter. We'll grab... Let's grab some Raise Dead, just in case we need it. Flame Strike's already good. We can get Breath of Life. That would be nice. Serenity? Yeah, let's get Serenity. It's basically more damage over time. Freedom Movement, obviously, is a good choice. Cure Critical Wounds is an obvious choice for a 4th level spell. 3rd level, Dispel Magic is good. We don't need Rage. Delay poison communal's good. We'll grab cure serious wounds for the most part. And I guess bestow curse if we run into a boss, but I don't think we need that. Rather, raise dead would be a better choice. As for this, we'll just grab bone shaker. Cure moderate wounds in mass. There we go. And first level's bless, cure light wounds. No need to think too hard on this. It's not like we're going to be using those spells anyways, so yeah, we just need to get here. To the Dwarven Fortress we go. Alright. Now, let's see what they got into. Oh. Well, that's a thing. Alright, let's do bark skin. Alright, mage armor. Mage armor. And let's bark skin it up. Okay. Alright, we want... Oh, we didn't... nuts. Alright, I guess we got Jubilist in the party. This isn't exactly what I was hoping for, but okay. Huh. Okay, appears something's going on with these guys, but okay. Well, it's fine. We can just have Harem and Jubilist for now, but we probably won't rely on them. Alright, protection from arrows, communal. Let's get some heroism spells. There we go. Jubilist and Thompson. Alright, grab that. And I think at this point in time, Magic Fang Greater is going to be a little bit better. Strictly because Stephen Armstrong now has the Golden Tongue, which helps with persuasion. So I'm going to give that buff to him, actually. So we're probably going to be rocking 2 Magic Fangs because of this circumstance. Which should work out for us, I think. Alright, let's deal with these adamantine golems before they become a problem. Okay. Alright. Let's rock acid instead. There we go. And done. Okay.
In due time.
Dramold is down there. Help him. Well, before that, let's deal with these guys first and foremost. Let's go with acid bombs. I think is the best course of action. I would use curse bombs, but these are golems, so they don't have really... Alright, Steven, really? You're wandering in circles. Stop.
I'm there.
Okay, we'll take out this adamantine golem next. And you know what? Well, no. The crossbow won't do much, so we'll leave it at that. Alright. The bombs be doing really good now. Alright, let's use our mass heal. There we go. Solid. Alright, let's move on. For this circumstance, we should probably save. and let's go see what's going on. Beyond the open gate, you find a strange room that looks more like a workshop than the entrance to a fortress. Across the room, by the far wall, there is a metal throne. In front of it, Jarmold Skidgy, who you know well. In one hand he holds a steel scepter, and in the other a sacred symbol of Torag, inset with two shimmering jewels, which you recognize as the hearts of the anvil and the adamantine golem. The paladin's face is twisted by grimace of pain and strain. You're here. Help me overcome these golems. I took the scepter from the empty throne over there, but it seems my command over the golems is lacking. If I lose control over the golems, we'll all die. Harem shrugs. I told you it would end like this, but you were just dying for legacy. And what is it that legacy is worth? An army of golems. Was it worth it to come all this way just to meet your death? Wouldn't it have been easier to choke to death in your mountains at home? One of the golems turns its metal face to you and speaks in harmony. You all deserve to die, thieves and impostors. By what right do you come to this fortress? This is the Skeggy clan. They are the rightful heirs to the builders of this fortress. They are not Skeggy. They are nameless cowards. Only I, Ofeld Skeggy, am the worthy bearing this clan's name. Ofeld Skeggy? But you're my great-great-uncle. When our clan left this fortress, you and your golem stayed behind to protect it. Come to your senses, ghost. We're your descendants. You are no one. The real Skeggy would have never abandoned their creation. Those who left forever lost the right to bear this proud name. And you have the nerve to come here, to this fortress, which was built from the blood and sweat of your grandparents, and abandoned by your unworthy fathers? Huh. You will die here together with all your henchmen. Golems, attack. Grinding his teeth, Jarmon lifts his steel scepter above his head. I'm doing everything I can, but his will is too strong. Destroy the golem's hammer. You must unmake his throne. I owe you nothing. Neither you nor Torag. Yes, this is the perfect time to argue about theology. The gates behind you close with a clanging sound. You will all die. You will die. You will die. Alright. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get as many undead as we feasibly can in this fat battle, I think. We'll get the mutagen of strength, I think. Samuel's enraged, so we're good. We'll get the war-painted skull active. Jubilus will be with his usual self. Let's see. On a direct hit, the Alchemist's explosive bomb inflicts 1d6 fire damage, plus an additional damage equal to Alchemist's intelligence modifier. So let's go with that. And we can, if we so to wish, use harm as per the spell. No, we don't need it. We'll get the wolf on distraction duty. We should be fine in that front. We'll get the destructive aura going. Okay. Hammer will be responsible for healing. Okay. There we go. Wolf is dead, but that's fine.
Could this happen?
Alright. Oh, Stephen Armstrong's dead, so we don't want him to go any further. There we go. Now we can heal. There we go. Thankfully, we managed to do that in one go. Nice. The last of the battle golems fall to your feet. A ghost stands to the side, shaking its fist at you. Vandals! Have you any idea how much time I spent creating them? Grinding his teeth, the paladin stands up. The magic jewels in his sacred symbol glow, like red and blue flames. Be silent, ghost. In the name of Torag, I forbid you from harming the living. Be gone. That's it. Thank you, my friends. I couldn't have done it without you. Harem, please, unmake the throne so the ghost has nowhere to return. What am I, your errand boy? Go there, unmake this. Who are you to order me around? Perhaps I should drop to my knees before Torag? Harem, I had no intention of giving you orders. Forgive me for expressing myself so poorly. I humbly ask you to help me, as a friend and as an ally. Some friend. I don't know. Should I help him? You've decided to help him, so finish what you started. Destroy the throne and say goodbye to the sketchy clan forever. Fine, alright. But it's the last time I'm helping you. Understood? Harem approaches the throne with the skeleton and strikes it with his fist. 1 blow, 2 blow, and 3, and the throne crumbles into pieces with a clanging sound, revealing another jewel, a shimmering purple. Thank you. The paladin was beginning a speech, but Harem interrupts him. You're welcome, you're welcome. Now go back to where you came from. I hope you try to make something useful from the pieces. Jarmold lowers his head. As you say, your highness, the sketchy clan thanks you. We all are in your debt. I'm afraid we'll have to forget the treasures of our ancestors and return home in disgrace. Farewell. Harem watches the paladin coldly. So much effort, so much suffering. And for what? They built themselves a crypt and nearly buried themselves in it. Torag, Torag. You inspire your children to build such things, then they don't know how to get rid of them. Fools. Alright, let's go. There's no point in standing around here. Yeah. Okay, well what about the gem then? Can you not? Oh no, it's a light. Okay, never mind. I guess he already took the jewel. Flaming Burst, Adamantine, Dwarven Urgosh. That's a very specific item. Well, I guess that's that. Unless there's like something special around here. Which I don't think there is. Yeah. There's some treasure, but most of it's just destroyed. Yeah. Well, hey, we got something out of it, so I'm not complaining. Job is done. Wolf is currently dead, so that is a downer, but We can always repair him. We can make him stronger. Okay. Harem exits the dungeon without looking back. His face bears a strange expression. A pensive half-smile. You know, Stephen Armstrong, I think I've just realized something. Something very, very important. But I need to ponder it further. Let's talk about this later after you return to the capital. Sure. Well, there's nothing more for us here, so let's just leave. And let's actually replace both the PCs here, because we kind of need our OG group. But again, it's not that big a deal. Okay, we go back to Tuskdale, I'm pretty sure, yep. To enter. And off we go to the throne room, because I do believe Harem can be spotted there, if we so desire. Alternatively, he is outside, so that is an option, but usually he's in the throne room. Let's see. Harem, here we go. It is over, yes. I thought I was free from my past burdens when I accepted Grotus' truth into my heart. But it is only now that I have become truly free. You know, Stephen Armstrong, I used to hate them all so much. The dwarves who outstood me, the god who rejected me. Now I look upon this, and I barely remember that hatred. How pathetic they are, with their pride and their stubbornness, building their toys to die amongst them, powerless to unmake the things they've made. I'd laugh, but in fact it makes me want to cry. But on the other hand, I thought, how should I put it? Harem wraps his beard around his fist. My gift, wherever it came from, the gift to destroy, to help others create. Perhaps my god does something similar. Everything that has a beginning has an end as well. One day, Grotus will be free and destroy this world. But imagine what will happen then. After the end, perhaps a new beginning. A new creation and a new world. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, thank you, Stephen Armstrong. Without you, I would have kept going in circles while resentment and hatred gnawed at me from the inside. You helped me find peace, and I swear by Grotus, I won't leave your side until it's our turn to crumble to dust. We may have made a mistake. It's a pity we didn't have the time to figure out who, according to Dwarven law, had the better claim to the fortress. The living or the dead. Harem shrugs indifferently. Laws and rules are even more empirical than we ourselves. Oblivion will not sue you, or call dust and ash as its witness. It makes no difference. I care not who won the fortress. What draws my mind are the thoughts of my place in the world, and the true meaning of serving Grotus. Destroying, creating something new from the pieces, and destroying it again. Isn't that what you're doing now here in the Stonelands? You've built your kingdom upon the ashes of countless predecessors. Ponder this when you have the time. Perhaps. Perhaps. Perhaps this kingdom will only last for as long as it lasts. Or perhaps it remains eternal. Who knows? But with that, that is the quest done, and we can now get into dealing with another edict. So we're going to do a quick save here. I don't think we can allocate any other requests here. We don't have the funds for it. Yeah, we got 27 BP. So we won't be able to do anything important there. There is some region stuff, but I'd like to leave that until the end if I can. Besides, we got to claim some other lands at some point. But hey, all in due time, let's focus on leveling up Tristan. From level 8 to level 9. Now we have to get to the Bald Hilltop. Alright. The creeping death begins. The counselor waits the throne room, which, you know, expected. Do a... Well, we don't need to do a save here. Let us go to the throne room and see what's what. Stephen Armstrong. The City Council discussed the expansion of one of the districts today. The square in its center will be named in your honor, by unanimously consent. You deserve the love of your subjects. Not every ruler has a chance to enjoy it. But now for some less uplifting news. The guards have exposed a conspiracy of merchants. All the plotters have been arrested, and you must decide their fate. The people are concerned that the rich merchants will simply get away with it. I believe in your justice will be served rightfully and mercifully. Ooh. 10,000 gold pieces isn't that bad. We would lose out on economy, but... It is a punishment, a fair punishment. Free them of their chains. Also free them of their wealth, their estates, their luxurious clothing, and any other possessions. It will be seized for the good of the state and its people. I heard it's only when man has nothing that he recognizes true virtue. Perhaps they'll become better and purer souls without their riches. Another visitor awaits an audience with you. He is the leader of the Druids of New America. I see. A sturdy old man with a shaggy beard begins to clear his throat. His penetrating eyes scan you. His face begins benign and respectful.
Long live your highness. I am here to speak on behalf of your vassals. Those who survived by farming the land which my brothers and sisters have sworn to protect. We were the only defenders before you came. We didn't think of you as a friend at first, I admit, but we were wrong. We've seen many things, but a ruler who stands up for the ordinary people against the rich, that's something new. The petty merchants that rob the people are like the bandits now. They're singing a different tune and engage in honest trade. For this, I thank you on behalf of the Druid Circle. Tell us what your people can do for you, and your worlds will be ours. The people heed the Druids.
So I got 3 decisions here. I can either have the people be smarter, I can have them be wiser by looking out for anybody suspicious, or I can just tell them I'm a ruler. I guess if we're going to want anything, we should probably go with schools, shouldn't we? So let's do that. The merchants became wealthy because they know how to read and write, and they studied history and geography. Let the people send their children to schools, temples, and sages, so they may learn and grow wiser.
We'll do it, Stephen Armstrong. It will take time, of course, but eventually we'll be better for it. Your people truly love you. However mighty and powerful of a ruler may be, the druids never bear gifts to tyrants or villains.
That is true. We have agreements and disagreements with druids. On one hand, we do respect their land, but at the same time, if it's going to mean profit, we're going to get some. Alright. Alright, craft something specific. Let's get another alchemical item, because those are profitable. And we got some sort of mace, it seems, which is interesting. Alright. We got avalanche. Yeah, just begin making your great weapon. Let's just do that. Go on. Alright, the counselor waits. Now we've got to deal with the immediate threat, creeping death. So let's do that, I guess. Alright, we can support the counselor's endeavors once more and get him to 10, but before we do that, we still have one more thing to do. And that requires us to go out. Let us leave. We are going to take away Harem and Jubilist in favor of Monsoon and Mistral. Let's get going. Let's deal with the issue at hand. Alright, we want Mistral here, we're gonna want Compson here. Alright, there we go. Let's go to the Bald Hilltop. The sooner the better. And in we go. Let's hope we have enough manpower to handle this issue. Unfortunately, we are lacking a wolf, so there is that issue, but that is perfectly fine. We'll live with those issues. Amulet of Mighty Fists, we should probably equip that. It'll give us a boost. Alright, Compson.
This is my path.
Spells are back perfectly, so that's good. We don't have our wolf, sadly, so that is a downside, but hey, we do what we can. For now, let's just get the healing off from Compson, because Stephen is looking pretty bad. Alright, hopefully these spells are worth it. There we go, bunches of healings. Alright. Increase AC.
I tire of waiting.
Actually, now I think about it, Stephen Armstrong can actually get the Golden Tongue, because Compson does still have Magic Fang Greater. Okay, we will get Mage Armor on Compson. Let's give Stephen Armstrong his bark skin.
I stand ready.
There we go. Because we don't have the wolf, we will have to just go with that. Let's get some heroism up. Here we go. Alright, Compson, Monsoon, Feather Step, Protection from Arrows Communal. Alright, let's get Aspect of the Falcon going. Shield. What else? I guess Bless is a good one. Alright, we'll get Shield of Faith going. Mage, or protection from fear. Samuel. Sundowner. Mistral. Alright, Find Traps. See Invisibility Communal. Now we don't need Delayed Poison Communal, but we can use the resist spells with ease. There we go. And I think that'll do for right now. And we'll get a quick heal going. Like so. Alright,
There
that
is
should
no
be
greater
everybody.
satisfaction than overcoming a challenge. That is, of course, until one day the challenge overcomes you.
Alright, before we engage, what we're going to do is we're going to spam this undead spell, just so we have some minions to work with. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And now we fight with a army. A literal army, no less. Okay, mandragores are coming in hot. That's fine. Oh, it appears Steven's suffering immense strength damage. That's not good. Alright, Steven. Back off. Holy. Oh, that's a lot of strength damage. Jeez, okay. Sundowner, you're going to be suffering a lot too. Good gravy.
Will hurt.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Not good. Okay. We're gonna have to get rid of that. Poison, I think? Oh! Jeez, that's a lot of lightning. Ah, the marquee. I see. Alright, let's get music going.
We can do it.
We want Monsoon. We want you to target that dude. And we're gonna want you to actually beef up the attacks a little bit. Go ham. Ah, that's a miss. That's fine though. Alright, we're gonna need a shield buff. Alright. Ow! Lightning. Pain. Mistral, let's get you on lightning immunity duty. Just so we're not that bad off. Okay, Samuel. We want you to back off a minute. There we go. Okay, good. Oof. That was painful. Yeah, that was a lot of ability damage. If we weren't careful, then things could have been a lot worse. And all we got for that was a diamond. Man. Pain. Oh well. At least this is something I can cure with scrolls, I believe. Let's see. Alright, let's start with Steven. Alright, price in descending order. It's ability damage, so that's good. That means we can use lesser restoration to handle the damage with ease. Alright, that's the strength handled. Alright, Samuel's suffering from 5, so... Oh, we'll use healing, I guess. Why not? Alright, now he's brought up. And now for Sundowner. Okay. Okay, come on. There we go, 10. And Mistral and Monsoon unaffected. So, yeah, there we go. Now let's dip. The issues are no more, which is good. Alright, let's go back to Tuskdale. Alright, let's enter, go to the throne room, and wrap things up. And my hope is now that the Bald Hilltop issue that has been resolved, we shouldn't need to worry too much about it anymore. And we can finally get into the whole Pitax incident. Alright. Creeping Death has been resolved for the most part. The Treasures of the Ancients. And it appears to be a problem. We should probably address that as soon as possible, so there we go. Alright, 4 people there, 2 people here. How's our economy looking? We got 363, that's not bad. Alright. Let's enter and see what buildings we can produce before we go any further. Alright. Mansions, inns, luxury stores, museums, city hall. Okay. From what I can see, everything appears to be going well. No need for upgrades, it seems, so that's good. Waterfront's good. We got a tannery for things. We got stocks. We got a bulletin board. Yeah, no, things are really good. Okay. Let's see. If we get a courthouse, that'll help with community instability, which we don't need. Cistern's pretty good. We don't need that, though. Alright, what's our statistics looking like? A lot of military, a bit of loyalty here and there. I think it's really just espionage and arcane that needs to be focused on now. Alright, so espionage 3, relations 2, loyalty -1. We'll lose some loyalty, but I think another goblin quarters is pretty good. Or I can go with the mage thing. Let's see. Anethi's Academy. Alright. For each adjacent building that provides military... Okay, no, that's not that good. Okay. A noble villa is pretty good. It gives relations and espionage and community. Alright, relations we're basically good on. Espionage is something we're going to need. Community, not so much. Community is pretty good. Is there a mage's tower that we can use? 1 second. There's the mage's tower here, so 4 arcane. +3 to arcane when built in a separate slot. Okay, so if it's built in a separate slot like the bulletin board and stocks, then it basically gets an additional 3 arcane. It also hosts a teleportation circle, so we could get rid of the teleportation circle here if we so desire. Interesting. Okay, affects Academy of Magic. Longhouse. Well, we do need more arcane, don't we? Let's move the bulletin board and stocks, I guess. And we'll go from there. Alright, so stocks. Let's see. Stocks. Alright, stocks can go here. We'll then sell the bulletin board and move it over. Alright, bulletin board. Now we got 2 extra slots. And we will use this chance to get the mage's tower in this separate slot here. That way we get 7 arcane instead of 4. Which will boost us to 155, I believe. Which is really nice. Now, let's address the towns nearby. We're going to enter here, and we're going to upgrade some things. First, we upgrade the wooden wall. Alright, aviary is good. We could probably sell the aviary, actually. Wait, hold on. It lowers the time required to resolve events by 1 day, which is also nice, so there is that. Alright, let's upgrade the Longhouse to a town hall. School's fine. Temple can be upgraded if we have the money, but we can't. Oh, we'll leave that alone then. Inn's fine. We can upgrade the workshop here, the weapon shop here, to a workshop. And the same for here. To a workshop. Town hall's fine. Bulletin board's fine. Stocks are fine. Okay, mansion. Yep. Common quarters. Yep. Exotic garden. Okay. Alright. We should be good there. And we got 20 slots here, so we're fine there. Alright, let's check out Talzaford, which is a town currently, so we should upgrade that appropriately. Stone wall's perfectly fine. Watchtower. Alright, everything's fine, so we just need to upgrade things if we can. Alright, temple, longhouse to town hall. Tavern to an inn. Alright, barracks can be upgraded if we have enough BP, but we will leave that alone because we don't need to spend money to make... We don't need to spend our money to do this. Alright, so 6, 7, 8. Okay, we got two choices. We can either support the Magister, or we can support the Counselor. I'm going to support the Counselor because once he is basically done, then we don't need to level him up anymore. And that can leave him up to edicts that actually matter. So we'll level up Tristan. We'll lose some military stability and espionage, that's fine. Oh. I'm sorry, what? That is 20 lost. I'm sorry, what? That's a lot. Creeping Death. Impassable thickets of full poison. Okay, hold on. Let me load. Hold on. That's not good. We actually need to dedicate somebody to that then. 1 second. Yeah, no, yeah, no, I thought that, no, I guess not. Okay, let's cancel that project. Let's get Keston on this then. Because it is a big problem. We need to get 2 crisis points on that. Alright, now we can rank up Tristan, and hopefully it's going to be resolved as soon as we can. Okay, good. Hopefully no losses. Alright, it's been resolved, and we got some stability out of it. And, yep. Okay, I can tolerate that now. Okay, good. Lindsay brought an invitation. Skeggy asked for an audience. Test of Steel, Defenders of the Forest. Alright. Okay, he sets wild animals to attack woodcutters, grow forests and roads, and destroys fallout mills. That's not good. Okay. I'd like to have harem on that if I can. Test of Steel. That's looking like... Alright, another... Okay. I guess we'll get Ragongar on that, because he's easily the 100%. And for this problem, we will get harem on this with a coin. And this is an opportunity which Ragongar can easily resolve. Alright. Rudrin, Skeggy, and Lindsay seem to have issues. Lindsay excitedly waves around a letter written in neat handwriting on expensive stationery. I have news! Take a look! Irvedi, King of Pitax, sent you an invitation to the Rushlight Tournament. We're not going to miss it, right? And you're taking me, of course. All the high society of Pitax will be there, including people from the Academy, maybe even Headmaster Atalia Gitaran. I'd love to see her face when she hears about the book Professor Geobald was writing with me. what is this tournament?
Irvedi holds one in several years. Guests come from all of the nearby kingdoms. Mivon, Grelton, Bravoy. I haven't been there personally, but I hear he's always a lot of fun.
What can you tell me about Pitax and its king?
Well, imagine a roadhouse full of pirates, mercenaries, smugglers, spies, and other gentlemen of fortune. They're drinking to their successes, talking business, buying, selling, hiring, choking, burying. Now take this roadhouse, and imagine it's the size of a kingdom. That's what Pitax was before Irvedi. Now imagine some unknown bard enters a roadhouse, pulls off a few shady deals, and suddenly became its owner. Everything is the same as it was, but now the walls are covered with portraits of the owner, and a brass band plays music every night. A juggler with a pet bear walks around the room. Gnome strippers dance on tables. Barmen sell a variety of racy substances from Numeri beyond its beer. That's Pitax now.
If Irvedi holds it once every several years, why did he wait until now to invite me?
How would I know what goes on in Irvedi's head? Maybe he just thought you weren't important enough as a baron, but now you're a bona fide king. His equal, you could say. There's no reason to invite you to what he considers a major social event of the year.
Are you sure this isn't a trap?
It's certainly possible. There's definitely some catch here. This is Irvedi we're talking about, after all. But I doubt he'd try to kill you at his own festival, with business partners from all of his neighbors present. He's more likely to try and sell you on some fraudulent deal or another. So keep your eyes and ears open and don't sign anything.
Interesting. Well, if I have time, why not?
Great! Trap or no, it'll at least be a lot of fun. You will take me with you, right? Pretty please?
Rudred Skedgy looks much better than she did on your first meeting. Back then, she could barely stand the wound she's received from fighting the golem. Now the dwarf stands proudly at attention before you in polished armor.
Your Highness, my dear Sir Harem, deeply respected servant of Grodus, the Skedgy clan has sent me to you with express of our gratitude for everything you have done for us, and present you with this humble gift. We crafted this from Sir Harem for Sir Harem personally, from the metal of artifacts unmade by him.
Harem frowns, trying to hide his confusion, and nods and accepts the gift. Well, I'm glad you're all alright. It's nice to meet someone. It's nice to see someone manage to make something useful out of those worthless scraps. Interesting. A helm. Alright, keep at it, man.
Irvedi, King of Pitax, invited our king to a tournament. But why? A demonstration of neighborly amiability, perhaps? Unlikely. The ruler of Pitax was renowned for his devious guile.
And that is finally the sounding horn for us to go to the Rushlight Tournament, which I have been waiting for so much time. Alright, before we go, let's see if we can upgrade some things, and yeah, just get as much things organized as possible. We'll get Keston on that. Minting coin can be done by Jubilist, I guess. We'll leave that alone for now. We don't need it until we're, you know, swimming in coin, basically. And I guess at that point, it's just going to get bigger and bigger, but I digress. Alright, before we go, let's talk with the storyteller, see if he has anything for us. Any worth a story? Alright. Alright, nope, nope, it doesn't look like it. Alright, the attacks of the kingdom have stopped. The ancient curses stopped, it seems, which is interesting. Alright. The tournament begins. Beneath the Stolen Lands, okay. Take Lindsay to the Rushlight Tournament. Okay, so I just got bring Lindsay for this. Thankfully, because of how the Rushlight Tournament is designed, we won't have to worry about Lindsay being an issue here. But we will have to bring certain individuals for this request. Alright, increase the rank of the kingdom stat 75 times. That is an issue that we will address later. We can upgrade any region, annexation. Okay, that's not a worry. Magical prison. Farnius Prensa, okay. This quest is much like the Ravenous Queen. We have to wait until endgame. But I digress. Let us go and see what's up. We'll grab that belt because it's, you know, there. But before we actually go, I'm going to talk with Bartholomew real quick and sell some stuff. Because we're going to need as much money as possible. Alright, price in descending order, obviously. Bloodthirst. A +5 Great Club with Necrotic and Vampiric. It can only be used by evil characters. Ooh. Alright, hold on. Chaotic neutral. So I can't use Bloodthirst on Samuel, sadly. Chaotic evil, lawful neutral, neutral evil. So I guess this is a Sundowner weapon? Unless we turn Samuel chaotic evil somehow, which I don't think I can do. Which does suck. Alright, we got the Redeemer, which is a longsword. It's a holy flaming one. So, very good against evil characters. If we wish to use it, that is. It is +5, though. Would Sundowner be good with it, though? Fiery Blood. Probably not. Looking at the statistic attack roll. Yeah. He wouldn't be that great with it. Alright, so that's not good. Yeah, it really sucks. I really would love to use the Bloodthirst on Samuel, but I guess not. Well, I mean, maybe. Can he use it? It looks like he can. Is he going to suffer some negatives, though? It can only be used by evil characters. It deals 2d6 negative energy damage on a hit, and it has a chance to cast Vampiric Touch on a critical. Can only be used by evil characters. When it lands a hit, it heals the wielder by d3 and grants d6 temp HP. So Bloodthirst is going to be heavy damage dealing, so... I'll give it a go, see if it works. If not, then we'll figure something else out. But I really want to try the Bloodthirst. Alright, is there anything else? There's the Unholy Flail, which is one hand. Stonekeeper's nice, but not needed. Avalanche and Flaming Burst are useless. Any armor that we need or want? Chainmail grants Fireball, no. Okay. Alright, price in descending order. Metal Reborn. DR5 bludgeoning and a +6 enhancement bonus to Wisdom and Charisma. That's really good. Who would benefit the most from Wisdom and Charisma? Alright, Wisdom and Charisma. I think Compson, technically? But he'd lose his bonuses to intelligence if he went that route. And Monsoon needs this helm, so... You know what? This is a good Mistral item, because it will give bonuses to Wisdom, which she uses for a casting stat, and Charisma will... That looks stupid on her. Look at that face. Jeez. That's cringe, but okay, I guess it works. Ugh. Not the best looking item, but it'll do, I guess. Okay, Ring of Evasion. I mean, it's better than nothing. Let's see, Ring of the Beast King, Ring of Planar Protection. I guess we don't need the Ring of Planar Protection. Rather, a Ring of Evasion would be much better, so we'll go there. Alright, let's sell some stuff finally to Bartholomew. Alright, price in descending order. I really would love to use the Redeemer, but we don't use one-handed weapons, so it's useless to us. We'll sell everything, sell these, and sell these. Oh, Amulet Mighty Fists? It's not that big a deal. Ring of Securities, fine, we can just sell that. Extra Planar Cloak, yeah, we'll sell those. We still need the Athlete's Gloves, we'll keep the Eyes of the Eagle just in case. We'll sell that ring. We'll offer anything else we don't need. Okay, good. We now have over 500k of gold, which we have been saving for this very moment. Okay, do we want anything from here that we want to keep? Ovener Bane is probably going to be the key weapon for somebody, but I'm not sure. We'll leave it. Alright, let's leave, and let's bring our main compadres, but Lindsay is the focus, so... I guess we'll get rid of Monsoon. We don't want to kick Monsoon out, but we want to get Lindsay in. There. Alright, we bring Lindsay to the Rushlight Tournament, and let's go. Okay, because of the situation at hand, and where the Rushlight Tournament is, we're going to quickly teleport to Glenshire, which is the first time in a while. Okay, to Glenshire, Glenabon specifically. And I guess we just go down south and see what we find. Alright, there appears to be a steel workshop. Interesting. There's someone on the road. Get ready. Oh. Cultists, I see. Interesting. Let us activate Barkskin. There we go. Oh. Interesting. Die, denizen of the abyss. The kingdom of the cleansed does not tolerate I'm sorry, what? Interesting. Alright, Steven's getting pelted constantly. Let's load that up again. That's not good.
I'll take care of it. Their life ends here.
Let us activate Barkskin. Let's get everybody... Alright, let's activate Lindsay's bardic music. Let's activate shield. Alright, Sundowner, back off. There we go. Ah! Alright, Mistral, we want you on cure duty. Heal up Steven as much as you can. There we go. We've got the shield, thankfully, so that's good. We'll get another heal on, just to be safe.
My masterpiece!
Alright. Let's heal Samuel, who is going to back off now. Okay, there we go. Let them go at it, and there we go. Okay, that was a bit more dangerous than expected, but hey, that's just par for the course when we deal with enemies. Interesting. Okay, it appears the cultists have run over here. Whoever they are. Oh, no, wait, they're the guys that we had to deal with earlier. Although I am worried why they're here now. That does mean that the Fae has somewhat of an influence here. Not a good one, though. Well, it's too bad for them that such tricks do not work. Especially when you're dealing with Stephen Armstrong, no less. Okay, let's just keep going down south. Okay, yeah, we just keep going down south. Appears there's a mysterious shrine here, that's fine. We'll go down around here. Before we go to Hemlock Island, let's do a quick save. And see what exactly we're dealing with. Alright. Reaching the wooded isle, we stopped to look around. The locals living around the lake fully believed this place was cursed. Day and night, colored lights supposedly appeared around the island, and some brave souls would even watch them fly over the water. The local legend said that anyone who saw those lights would definitely disappear. If not that night, then within a month for sure. We didn't see any lights at all, though. The island seemed forlorn and completely uninteresting. Silent, gloomy, pines loomed over the gray, rocky shore. A narrow path disappeared into the woods. We decided to follow the path and explore the mysterious island. Whoever made the path clearly didn't use it often. We could barely make it out among the ferns. We had to walk a single file along the path as branches from the crowded bushes grabbed at our sleeves and backpack straps, only to hit the next person in line once we passed. The forest grew taller and thicker and even darker. The air suddenly grew intensely humid as clouds of a milky white, incredibly thick fog showed up from the ground. And believe me, dear reader, when I say incredibly thick. We're not talking like how an innkeeper might talk up his soup. It became impossible to see past our own noses, and it was like our ears had been stuffed with cotton. The air itself became so dense it was like walking through water. We had to navigate by touch, and we could only move half as fast as we'd been going. Stephen Armstrong, who'd been walking last, was forced to stop. With great difficulty, he could barely make out the muffled and worried voices of his friends ahead. Something had to be done, but what? Stephen Armstrong decided to break through the fog to try and catch up with everyone. Stephen Armstrong continued forward through the fog, but progress became more difficult with each step. He felt a sudden movement of air to the left before he flew forward, having been pushed hard in the back. But our brave leader's dexterity didn't fail him. Stephen Armstrong kept his feet and turned sharply, managing to spot a shadow disappearing into the fog. The fog finally began to clear, and soon there was no trace of it. Stephen Armstrong looked back, and his friends were nowhere to be seen, but up ahead he could just make out a blinking, welcoming light. As Stephen Armstrong approached the light source, it quickly became clear that the light was a bonfire. Soon, Stephen Armstrong entered a brightly lit clearing and saw all of us. But why then did no one jump up to greet him, or give a welcoming yell, or a hug, or even a cup of hot tea? Why had everyone frozen in their seats, spoons lifted in the air? Why the deathly silence? Imagine Stephen Armstrong's surprise when we finally saw why his appearance had caused such a strange reaction. It seems he hadn't been missing at all. He's been sitting with us by the bonfire, watching his exact copy emerge from the forest. Okay. Alright, I can tell you exactly how many meals we carried with us, down to the last pack of hardtack. Can he do the same? A deafening silence hung over the air. One could hear the thoughts churning through our brains, and then the Stephen Armstrong sitting by the fire laughed in a strange voice. He stood up and began rising into the air. The mask dropped, and we saw a short, pale man with blonde hair and parrot-like wings with bright feathers. We all went after him together, but Stephen Armstrong held on to him most tightly. His hand gripped the Joker's wing with an iron grip. Then an air-splitting whistle sounded from above, from all around us, and the stones began raining from above. The imposter was aided by his winged kin, who grabbed him by the hands and began pulling him up. We didn't give up, but in the end we were overpowered. There were just too many, dear reader. They quickly reclaimed our prisoner from us. Soaring into the air and shaking their fists at us, they flew off. We sat a long time around the fire, laughing and chatting about how Stephen Armstrong cleverly dispelled the illusion, and when morning came, we looked around the rainbow-colored feathers left behind our uninvited guests. I noticed one of them had lost a valuable bracelet in the fight. We ended up with a trophy at least. And we got some bracers. As for what those bracers are, Golden Vision. These bracers grant the wearer +1 to illusion, spool, spellcraft. You get a +1 to DC with illusion spells, and a +2 to saving throws against illusion school spells. I mean, it's nice if we were an illusionist, but we aren't, so that is something to keep in mind. Alright, let's do a quick save. Although, maybe we're probably going to rest before we enter the Rushlight fields, so let's do that first. Let's get some rations in, and we'll get Lindsay somewhere. We could have her on cooking, I guess. It really doesn't matter ultimately, though. We'll get her on Inspire Competence, I guess. Alright. +2 competence bonus under camp duty skills, increased by 1 for every 4 levels that Lindsay gains after reaching level 3. So yeah, we'll give Lindsay that. We'll go with the fish on a stick, and we're going to get +2 for our stats as we go through this, which is really nice. Ration 6, nice. Excellent fish. I'm sorry, is that a wolf? Okay, that's weird. There's a wolf right there. Oh, no, wait, that's probably our wolf that died. So now we've got access to it. Alright. Alright, here he is, the man himself, King Irvedi.
King Irvedi greets you personally. The bulky Kellid is broad-shouldered and looks to be somewhere around 50 years of age. His golden crown sits on a long greasy hair above a heavily powdered face, covered in bristle, and his expensive doublet is stained with oily spots. He guffaws as he squeezes you in a bear hug, enveloping you in the mixed scents of sweat, wine, and expensive perfume.
Well, my crown-bearing brother, welcome to my home. Stuff yourself, drink, be my guest. You've proven yourself in combat as well as affairs of state. Let's see how you do at having fun.
Sure. Let's pat him on the back. I'm happy to finally meet you.
It's no good for kings and queens to stay in our palaces all the time. We need to meet, be friends with one another. It's all about keeping up neighborly relations. So here's the plan. First, the Fishers Triathlon. Then a boasting contest. And in the evening, the best part, a drunken melee. In the interim, there'll be a buffet, a fair, jugglers, acrobats, all the usual entertainment. And after the melee, I'll announce the winner. And then we'll have a festive banquet and a fireworks show. Then we just drink till morning or find a tent to crawl into. Your own or someone else's, depending on your luck. By the way, a knockout such as yourself will always be welcome in my tent. Just joking. Just a joke. Oh, and one more thing. I'll have to seal your sheath. This is a peaceful celebration, after all, and bullies will be kicked out immediately. It doesn't matter if it's a king who decided to kick up a row or just a shopkeeper. So behave yourself and don't start any fights while you're here. Well, I have to go. If you need anything, talk to Nunzio or Pi. He's my master of ceremonies, so he's responsible for organizing this mess. Have fun.
Well, it's a good thing I don't need a weapon to use my fists. Well, whatever. It's not like we plan to go in combat, so yeah. Alright, we need to talk to Atalia, but that is not a worry right now, but let's see what's going on. Pitax Warden. I hope we manage to avoid any duels this year. Oh, interesting. Trader. Let's see what they have for sale. Price in descending order. Alright, a +4 necrotic spear summons a friendly 9th level will-o-wisp for 1d6 rounds. When it ends a life. What? Okay. +4 adamantine full plate's nice. Chaos Hammer. It is a warhammer, one-handed. Whenever this +4 anarchic warhammer lands a critical hit, it applies the effects of Touch of Chaos to the target. So, anytime they roll a d20, they must roll twice and take the lesser result. Interesting. Morning, a short spear. It's alright, but not good. Jolt, yeah, Whimsy. Spinebreaker. +3 Unholy Great Club grants its wielder immunity to Bone Shaker and Bone Shatter spells. It has improved critical range. And whenever it lands a critical hit, it has a chance to cast Bone Shatter at the target. Okay. I mean, it's alright. Not something I'm gonna buy, though. At least nothing that I'm interested in, anyways. Not yet, anyways. Alright. What else is there? Okay. Some river here. Karn Viril. The gnome's yellow bloodshot eyes scan the faces in the room nervously. Noticing you, he grabs from his sealed sheath. What? Who are you? Oh, it's your Royal Highness. Forgive me, I didn't recognize you. An honor. Truly a huge honor. I'm Karn Viril, a simple salesman. Who are you? I told you already. I'm a simple salesman. Not rich, not noble. Why would a king concern himself with me? He wouldn't. Alright, what is it you sell? What do you care? Fish and the like. Who might you recommend I meet here? No one. Everyone. How should I know? I'm just a simple salesman. Leave me be. Very well, then. Yes, yes, Your Highness. A great honor. Go have fun. A young man staggers towards you, his expensive doublet wet with wine. As he passes you, he brushes his shoulders with you and starts yelling, his breath rank with alcohol. Wash yourself! Who do you think you are, you pig? You trampled on my foot and ruined my doublet. I demand satisfaction. Best not to anger me. I've put away more people and monsters than you have bottles over the course of your wasted of a life. Get out of here while you still can. Sorry. I think I confused you for someone else. Sorry, my mistake. These things happen. Mumbling apologies, the bully disappears. Yeah. A good thing, too. Alright, best wares on the river. Don't waste time asking where they're from. Get deals while they last. Alright, let's see what they got. Price in descending order. Ring of Circumstances. The wearer of this ring can, after resting while wearing it, activate up to 4 abilities from the list below. Removing the ring will immediately remove all bonuses from it. So, you get circumstance bonuses with anything you use if you grab this ring. Interesting. Greater Belt of Perfect Components. This spell makes 1st, 2nd, and 3rd level spells cast by the wearer empowered and extended. Interesting. Headband of Mental Perfection, Belt of Physical Perfection, Castigator's Cloak. +4 Deflection, +4 Resistance, +4 Enhancement to Persuasion. Absolver is Persuasion specifically, so that's nice. Okay. I think the Ring of Circumstances is really nice, actually. Let's see. You can get a bonus to any of your... You can get a circumstance bonus to a physical stat or mental stat of your choice. You can get a bonus to saving throws, weapon damage, skill checks... Or specifically all skill checks, no less. +5 circumstance bonus to movement speed, circumstance to AC, and a circumstance to all spells and usable abilities. Let's grab that, and let's grab the Castigator and Absolver's Cloak, if we can. We'll sell Golden Vision, and we just barely have enough for all of that. That does run us out of money, mind you. But hey, that's fine. The Absolver's Cloak is going to give us a bonus to Persuasion against evil line... Oh wait, hold on. It grants a +4 deflection bonus to AC, +4 resistance bonus on all saving throws, a +4 enchantment bonus to persuasion skill checks, and a +1 bonus to AC against evil aligned creatures' attacks. This cloak can be worn only by good characters. Okay, so I can't use it. +4 deflection bonus to AC, +4 resistance bonus to all saves, +4 enhancement bonus to persuasion skill checks when used to intimidate, and a +2 bonus on attack and damage rolls against shaken targets. Okay. I can rock that. So let's get rid of the Absolver's Cloak, and let's go just rock with the Castigator Cloak. That does leave Stephen Armstrong's decision on what he's got. He's got +4 to saving throws and a +4 to CMD. And for rings, he's got the Ring of Natural Commander and the Fortune Fencer. This would technically give a +1 versus a +2, but this has more versatility. We'll worry about the purchases later. Let's see. What do we got? first, let's go with the cloak. We'll replace that. There we go. For the Cloak of the Bear, we're probably going to give that to Samuel. +4 cloak can go to not Sundowner. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, give me a second. Life stuff's coming up. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. let's get back into this tournament. Now, if I recall correctly, the Ring of Circumstances is very specific. Now, let's see, what do we want? I think although we lose the bonuses from the Fortunate Fencer, I think it's a lot better if I go with the ring, because I'm already getting a +5 to attack rolls. And yeah, it's basically considered a +2 anyways, so... Well, yeah, if I intimidate, then it's going to be better, so... Let's go with the Ring of Circumstances here. Although, do I want to... I think the Fortunate Fencer is really good, though. It is an insight bonus to persuasion. I'll tell you what. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a charisma boost. I'm going to grab a dexterity boost. I'll grab a strength boost. And I will grab the skill check boost. So at the very least, I'm just losing 1 point instead of 3. And that's to all stats, so it's way better. Alright. So move those for now. We want to set up... Let's see. Oh, we can't actually set it up just yet, so... Unfortunately, we'll have to hold up on that. But eventually, we should be able to boost up the Ring of Circumstances. So long as I rest at some point. Which is fine. Which is fine. Alright, let's see. There appears to be some loot here, so we should probably grab that. Unless I already did, in which case I just left behind the useless stuff. But it never hurts to check. Okay. Half plate's pretty good. We'll just grab everything for this time around. Why not? See what's what. Oh.
Amid the tournament's frivolity, you notice that 2 men nearby are having a heated but hushed discussion. One wears flashy clothing fit for an entertainer, whereas the other wears the steel armor and red cloak of Pitax guard. It's difficult to hear what they're saying.
Let's have Samuel creep... Well, no, Sundowner creep closer and listen what they are listen to what they're saying.
Although the two huddle near one another, their voices who only occasionally rising above the ambient laughter and music, you're able to overhear the rest of their conversation.
The guard sternly chides the entertainer.
I don't know quite what you're up to, NMR, but I know that look. You're planning something dangerous. This isn't the time. You know he's become harsher about... Look around you, Talwyn. NMR interjects. This celebration? It's just more blood and sport to cover for the ongoing troubles. And we both helped shepherd it along. This isn't the future we had planned for, but it's the one the fates have dealt. Can we really stand by? He begins to raise his hand and strike a pose as if preparing to make a bold declaration. The guard's hand intercepts Alamar's arm, firmly preventing the attainer from making a scene. You know how harsh justice is these days. I've seen it with my own eyes, and it would crush me to see noble intentions harming good people, especially like you. I appreciate those feelings, I do. Inmar gently removes Talwyn's arm from his arm. But what Pitax needs right now is action, and I intend to act. The Enter looks up, spots you, and smiles at Talwyn as Talwyn frowns and sadly walks away. It's a rare day in life that life emulates screenplays, Your Highness. Could it be that the heroes have arrived
in the people's time of need.
Oh, heroism! That's exactly what we do. See that symbol on his clothing? That marks him as a member of the Red Crescent Theater in Pitax. A fellow artist. Imagine the stories we could write together.
What seems to be the problem?
I first arrived here 5 years ago, answering King Irveti's call for artists and actors to make Pitax a new crucible for the arts. Admittedly, the king dedicated plenty of his money to building new theaters and schools. Art only thrives, though, when there are visitors and patrons to pay for it.
He sidles a little closer, lowering his voice.
And that's where Irveti's failed. Pitax River is our lifeline, connecting us to the outside world. River pirates know it, and they prey upon its incoming travelers. You might think the king would thwart these pirates and defend his people, but no. He only sent escorts to protect key shipments, leaving everyone else to the pirates' depredations. This tournament, it hides how we suffer from the king's inaction. Now, when the king's soldiers cannot, or will not, vanquish the villains, what happens in the stories? That's right, heroes step in. Numerous victims have told me of the attacks, and I have pieced together the approximate location of the pirate camps. If you can ambush and defeat them, traffic will flow, commerce will thrive, and you'll command the adoration of the boatmen, dockworks, artists, and more. Naturally, I'm prepared to write a play dramatizing your exploits. What do you say?
Before I accept, I have questions.
The wisest protagonist always has questions. What would you like to know?
How many pirates are out there?
It varies by the reports. The camp could have a few dozen, so you might try to take them by surprise.
Why hasn't the king acted against the pirates?
That's unclear. It might be a lack of soldiers, or perhaps it's a lack of will. Leaving the pirates alone might also undercut political or economic enemies in some way, but at what cost?
Hello, Meg. How are you doing? Is there a reward?
The term starving artist was fairly common in Taldor. Perhaps you haven't heard of it before?
Good to hear.
I do not have much wealth, but I can help you win the people's adoration. I also understand that among the theater's props are a few enchanted items of actual value. So perhaps I can entice you with those?
I'm always ready to thwart river pirates. I accept.
Amar grins eagerly. Then it's settled. I'll write down the directions real quick, and when you're done, you meet me in Pitax so I can hear your account. No doubt the magistrate will be pleased to stop getting piracy complaints too.
He draws a roll of parchment from a scroll tube.
I hope you'll arrive in time to see my latest production. Speaking of which, I'm already late to oversee its rehearsal. Consider this a little preview. Good hunting. Good hunting.
I'm not sure. It's hard to say with this whole conversation. Perhaps the dude might be a liar. Who knows? It's hard to say. Alright, the Path of Splendid Glory. Okay, nothing too good there. Well, maybe. I don't know. Goblin Merchant. Oh, hey, buddy.
Adventurers! Look at my offers. New wares and new bag. All new, all bestest. Only me be old. Can't be any bester.
What are you doing here?
You know?
No.
Sellers be where fair be. No one be calling us. We come where buying is. We be professional traders.
Alright, show me your wares then. Oh, it's some of the stuff from here. Interesting. Honestly, nothing really seems to stick out to me. So I'll leave it alone. Yeah, nothing really sticks out, so I'll just leave it. Seems nice, but probably not going to be the best. Oh well. Alright, dock workers, Walsh convoy. Alright. Pirates are a blight to Pitax. Interesting. Several concerned dock workers crowd around a fiercely dressed half-elf, who listens to the workers with imperious dignity. It's as we've been telling you, Judge. This is the third shipment in 2 months they've stolen from us. Can't keep that up. Doesn't matter how good the last year's business been. No cargo means no pay, and no pay means no new shipments. We've asked you about the thefts before, and there's nothing changed. Where's the King's justice, Your Honor? The half-elf patiently motions for silence. It is true that the pirates have taken route along the Pitax River and attacked several shipments heading upriver. The King has... He pauses, noticing you for the first time. He adjusts his posture to stand taller and straightens his sash of office before continuing. King Iravetti shall address the problem soon. However, he will hear no formal complaints until after the Rushlight Tournament. In the meantime, he advises that travelers downriver take care around Littletown. Until then, partake in the festivities and the King's generosity. If anyone has further questions or concerns, I am at your disposal. The gathered workers grumble and disperse, barely mollified by their response. A bright sash cuts around the man's chest, identifying him as the magistrate of Pitax. He makes a shallow bow while keeping his head inclined upwards, as if being polite, also conveying his superiority. May the King's law guide you at the Rushlight Tournament today. I am clearly addressing someone important, but I don't believe we met. The half-elf motions to his sash. I am the Honorable Walsh Kelvaway, a magistrate of Pitax, judge of the people's concerns and executor of the King's justice. I overheard you talking about stolen shipments. Is there a problem? Ah, yes, that. An outbreak of river piracy has caused some consternation among the citizens. Simply avoid or exercise caution near Littletown in the meantime. Perhaps Pitax would benefit from somebody who has a history of vanquishing bandits? Let us be clear. Pitax's armed forces are entirely capable of handling these criminals. There is no need for would-be heroes or aspiring vigilantes to get involved, much less foreign interests. I recommend enjoying the rest of the festival. How could he be so deaf to the people's woes? And he calls himself a judge? A fine day to you. Well, we don't have the right to actually interfere in another person's community, per se. So we can't actually enact justice, as he says. But show me your wares while I'm here. Price in descending order, preferably. Okay, a greater kinetic diadem is a bit too expensive for us right now, which does suck. Alright. Price in descending order, offer. Yeah, we won't be able to get the kinetic diadem here, which does suck, but hey. I guess we do have a ton of wands that we could sell as an option, but I don't think we need to. Alright, this is another opening that we have to worry about, but that can be later. Alright, let's leave it alone for now. Let's see what else is around here. Alright, hold on. Gralton guests are fighting. Ah. Lock-picking contest, it seems. Let's give it a go. Why not? Alright, let's see. How's Sundowner, how's your skills in trickery? It's 40. That's not bad. Let's see if we can boost that a little bit. Here, have a potion of heroism. Let's boost that to 42 if we can. Yeah. Hello, Barker. Test your finesse against the finest dwarven locksmithing. Crack the lock, get the prize. Who will challenge the best dwarven locks of the 5 Kings Mountains? What's going on? Do you know where your wear on a lockpick? Why not show off your skills? Here we have 3 chests, bound with the finest dwarven locks straight from High Hill. One attempt is 500 gold. Open 1 lock, you get some of your money back. 2 locks, you get back more than you paid. Open all 3, and you get the grand prize. Alright, I'll try to pick the locks. Splendid, come, the table's right here. I wish you the best of luck. Alright. Let us begin. Your sleight of hand against the most sophisticated devices. Let's do this.
Well,
the first lock is open. Congratulations, but can you open the second? Let's see. The second lock's defeated. Only the hardest remains. And let's hope the last one opens up. Ah, trap triggered. I can't believe it. He popped the last lock. Only 1 in a million could do that, such a thing. And it seems somebody poisoned the lock, which is cheeky, but okay. Alright. And we've got giant centipede venom, which is not that good. Interesting. And what was the grand prize? Alright. Let's go with type in... No, date from newest to oldest. We got the trap springing gloves. Okay. So I basically got the trap springer gloves that I have already. Price in descending order. Well, I mean, it's money, I guess. Let's grab those. What else we got? Alright, some more dagger mark guests, Pitax Warden. And we got some more up here, I would presume. Alright, before we go, let us get Sundowner fixed up. Because now he's suffering from 12 ability damage. So yeah. Alright. There we go. Yeah, the dude just made us spend more money to fix off the poison than anything. Alright, some chain shirts, got some food, got some liquor, got some time on guests, I guess. A manticore. Place your bets. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Alright, I'm going to take a few minutes. I've got to grab dinner, and I will be right back with you guys. So, in the meantime, I will leave you with the summoned water methods fighting, I guess. Enjoy that. Alright. Now, I'm back. Now, for this, we won't be betting in the methods issue. Because it's... putting it lightly, it's rigged. And I don't think you can win it is the issue.
Interesting.
So yeah. Ignore that, it's fine. You'll get plenty of chances to get other stuff, so don't worry about it too much. Okay. Hearsay. An elf in leather armor scans the crowd intently. He seems to be the only one at the celebration not participating. He's also the only one besides the guards whose weapon isn't sealed. Your Highness, welcome to Pitax. Irsay Kalisay, Captain of the City Guard, at your service. You don't seem to be enjoying this celebration. This celebration is for you. For the City Guard, it's just another workday. And right now, our work is preventing disruptions of the festivities. I thought Pitax was a city without laws. Where do the guards come from, then? Even pirates and smugglers have laws of a kind, and they need someone to keep their order. The City Guard was created by the trading houses not long after the city was founded. We're paid by the citizens. Not all of them like us, but they all understand things are better with us than without us. Ayurveda seems to have a tight grip on the power on the city. Oh yes, the trading houses hate him, of course. But, well, first and foremost, he has hostages. Second, each of the families is afraid to act alone. But they're all incapable of acting together. Gaspierre Lacenda tried to unite them, but to no avail, and it's probably for the best, frankly. And the last thing we need is combat in the streets. Irveti can be blamed for many things, but at least he took power quickly, and without carnage. Now Irveti's enemies have nothing to do but sit around like High Priest Dre Yarns, praying for Callistria to send her giant holy wasp down to take him away. Who might you recommend I meet here? That depends on the purpose of your visit. If you're here on business, well, you already know King Irveti. Of course. But it would be worth your time to speak with Gasperia Licinia too. The trading houses may have lost much of their former power, but they're still capable of many things. And if you'd like to partake of our renowned culture, there's Amadem Belarva, the most famous bard in the city, and Atalia, Gatarin as well, headmaster of the academy. Just take care. They can't stand one another. Alright, farewell. Be careful. Considering the words, I'm going to take those to heart because I would assume they're an issue. Alright, what else is around here, I guess? Alright, there's this, but we'll leave that alone for now. And, yeah. I guess this is... Oh, Stefano's got stuff. Oh, a book. The quest... Turkey? What is that? Hold on. Price in descending order, yeah. It is a book with no cost, I think. Yep, here it is. Owner of this book reads one new chapter every time on a rest, granting the benefit until next day depending on which companion the chapter describes. Okay. The chapter about Shellburn grants the ability to use Fireball 3 times a day. Alright. This chapter about Lord grants +5 competence on Persuasion and UMD. This chapter grants Scrapple grants +1 additional damage on Sneak Attack, damage die. Wolfgang grants +10 on stealth checks. Grants the ability to make the target rage. And grants the ability to use Lightning Bolt. Oddly enough, I'm going to give this Sundowner, strictly because of the +10 to... Oh no, wait, it's a +10 to competence bonus. Okay, yeah, no, this might be a Stephen Armstrong thing, actually. Let's move Ember over here. Well, no, let's just keep it like that in there. There we go. That'll do. Okay. Stefano Mosconi. Since your last encounter, Stefano Mosconi has put on a little weight, and his appearance has become even more festive. Sorry about that, just grabbed my food. As you approach, a polite smile blooms on his face. Why, if it isn't Stephen Armstrong, please allow me to congratulate you on your success. Probably because I spooked him. You were less polite the last time we spoke. I concede my mistake. I suppose I'd meet a king for a day, whose state would last a few months at best. I'd never imagined that you would match my king in dignity, let alone that your country would become a worthy rival of Pitax. This isn't the first year the tournament's been held. Why was I just invited this year? I mean no offense when I say this, but both you and your state were frankly inconsequential. Not significant enough for our attention, but your victory at Brevois Vorder and your subsequent coronation changed all that. In truth, King Irvetti only invites those he's identified as worthy rivals to the tournament. So, Irvetti considers me a rival. I didn't think I'd given him any cause for a feud. The unfortunate reality is that your very existence, along with the strength of your kingdom has acquired, is cause enough. What would happen were you to join with Mivon against Pitax? Or perhaps you might seek to extend your lands west and not stop at the border. What if merchants from Vavoy began traveling through your lands, bypassing Pitax entirely? And, of course, the most important question. Monosky grins turn predatory. Do you sit securely on your throne, or does Pitax stand a chance of expanding east? At least you're honest with me. I appreciate the warning. Think nothing of it. I have a great interest in seeing how events will unfold. Farewell. Until we meet again, and I'm sure we will. Indeed. Okay. So it seems that Irvetti is displeased with us, even though he doesn't show it just yet. So that means that we've got to prepare ourselves for the worst. I'm not sure if that's a man or woman. I'm gonna assume it's a woman. My regards, Stephen Armstrong. Gaspierre Lacentia at your service. Tell me about yourself. I am the head of the Lacentia family and master of what remains of the Iron Fox trade house. Before Irvetti took the crown, it would have been my family receiving you at her house. Alas, we're simply guests at his celebration now. What caused you to lose influence? It's a dark and sordid story. 1 second. I'm just trying to get some food in while I have the chance. It's a dark and sordid story. And I'd swear I'd give you my life to learn the full truth of it. Pitax was founded by 4 families and ruled by their 4 trade houses for centuries. We quarreled from time to time, of course, and property didn't always change hands peacefully. But none of us would dream of impinging on another family's lawful rights. And then Irvetti appeared. We underestimated him, thought him nothing more than another adventurer like the 1,000 of others in the region. He handled matters quickly and chaotically, with assets running through his fingers faster than chips at a card table. His wealth grew rapidly, but he still wasn't a big fish. For a while, at least. He invited representatives from all the trade houses to play cards. No one really knows exactly what happened, but by morning he owned most of their assets, including the crown. They suspected a rigged game and sent representatives from the families to discuss the matter with him, and then a wave of disappearances rolled across the city. My brothers, the former kings of Pitax, disappeared, along with many other honorable people, and Iravetti made it clear that if the lives of his hostages would depend on our obedience, he was king, and our wealth and power lay in ruins. The citizens of Pitax seem to love Iravetti. It would seem so, wouldn't it? Yet appearances can be deceiving. Yes, he's made many rich and happy, but there are many more lives that he's dragged through the mud for his own endless celebration. Trust me, there are many who would gladly put an end to his rule, but the king has so many spies that everyone's afraid to even discuss it. Ask the head of the Precious Academy, Atalia Glitarin, what she thinks, or maybe High Priest Dre Yarnes. You'll see their mouths shut tighter than an oyster's shell. Who might you recommend I meet here? I'd do better tell you whom you should avoid. There's a gloomy, sickly-looking gnome wandering about, Karn Vessel, chief of the so-called Thieves Guild. He is Iravetti's primary business partner, and they understand the word business quite broadly. You said the so-called Thieves Guild. What is it he really does? Certainly not picking pockets. The fellow came from Numeria shortly after Iravetti started his reign. I won't lie, the Pitaxian trade houses officially made some questionable deals, but before Iravetti, those like Viril were driven from the city faster than they say, "First dose is free." The man's a drug pusher. He sells the blood rush extract. They say it enhances all senses extraordinarily and evokes vivid visions, but also affects the mind and could be toxic in repeated doses. I saw those who overuse it. They could not put 3 words together. Because of Viril, half of the city's youth is on his trash. And Iravetti's pleased as a punch about it. The more time the citizens spend altered states, the fewer questions they ask. The gnome also uses his own product. It affects both the body and the mind. He fears his own shadow, seeing deceptions and trickery everywhere. Those who deal with him hope for fabulous profits, but they more often than not end up at the bottom of the river. Very well. Good info. Farewell. It was an honor speaking with you, Your Highness. I think she's a girl. I'm still not sure. Nuzio, I think he's the event organizer.
Your Royal Highness, welcome to the Rushlight Tournament. My name is Nuzio Arapara, and I have the honor of being His Highness King Iravetti's Master of Ceremonies. You could say the organization of this tournament rests on my shoulders. If you need anything, I'm at your disposal. Tell me about the Rushlight Tournament. Since starting his reign over Pitax, His Highness King Iravetti has held this tournament once in several years, inviting guests from the high society of nearby kingdoms to attend. Today we have guests from Daggermark, Mavon, Gralton, and Timon. Unfortunately, Brevoy did not honor us with their representatives this year. It's entirely possible that the recent events and the stressful political climate have put them in a less than festive mood. But we're pleased to have Your Highness in attendance for the first, and I hope not the last time this year. What events are on the schedule? The tournament consists of 3 contests. First, the participants will display their strength and dexterity in the Fisher's Triathlon, a tribute to local crafts and trade, so to speak. Then we'll be measuring competitors' wits in the boasting contest. There's a reason we're the cultural capital of the region, after all. And finally, the evening will wrap up with some mock combat in the Drunken Melee. Then His Majesty will announce the winner of the tournament, and we'll all enjoy a festive banquet followed by a splendid fireworks show.
And what about fighting? I'm good at that. Alright, farewell. Let's grab those. And let's see anybody else here. while I'm here, I guess. There's a lot of people that we can talk with. Let's talk with Dre, I guess, before we go. Dagger, +1, Wand of Pernicious Poison.
Oh, a new face at the celebration. I'm pleased to meet you. Dre Yarnis, High Priest of Calistria, at your disposal.
Do many Pitaxians worship Calistria?
Of course. She's been the patron goddess of Pitax since its founding. The goddess likes our joyful town, and its citizens love her in return. If ever you visit Pitax, you would surely enjoy the proud spikes of our cathedral. It's the most beautiful building in the city.
Who might you recommend I meet here?
There are many prominent people here, as usual. My first recommendation would be to see Maestro Adam. Many would give their lives to exchange words with her. She's Pitax's best singer, and finest of its women.
Calistria is the goddess of revenge. I'm sure many mention Iraveti in their prayers to her, and probably not with the kindest of words.
You are well versed in this matter, both spiritual and political. Of course, it is not my place to say what people pray to my lady for, but you're right in that there may be that many would wish for revenge upon him. To be honest, our temple has only benefited from his rise to power. Iraveti isn't stingy with his donations, and the celebrations he holds are beyond all praise. The king himself, though, his exorbitant pride is irritating. Calistria dislikes those who would place himself above the gods, and I wouldn't be surprised if she teaches him a lesson, sooner or later. That I could deal with, though. There's something else that I find harder and harder to tolerate. You see, the goddess patronizes bodily love, but only that given voluntarily. It is sometimes difficult for me to protect our young priests and priestesses from his unsolicited attentions. I fear to imagine how hard it must be for our beautiful Adam, or whatever Atalia Gralton must deal with. The king is said to often mistake the academy for his personal harem. I heard you're also not happy with Iraveti's reign. The priest looks away. Oh no, I've no issue with his reign. He's a generous donor, and the celebrations he hosts are beyond praise. The king himself, though, his exorbitant pride is irritating. Okay, so basically it's a repeat on him. Yeah, basically he repeats that. We just succeeded on the check. The religion check, I should say. Alright, let's talk with Adam. Oh, Stephen Armstrong, the famed Baron. No, excuse me, the King of New America now, has come to visit us. It is such a delight to see you here. Maestro Balava, do you remember me? Lindsay blurts out, turning bright red. Ah, Lindsay, of course I remember you. You and your nonsense about the poetic exam. I hear you have your own publishing house now. I didn't take you for the entrepreneur words sort, but I'm happy you finally found your calling. Alright, tell me about yourself. You could have easily asked any of my admirers who Annabella Devara is. That'd be about 3/4 of Pitax. And the rest are all my haters. You don't get to be the best among the city of poets and musicians without gathering a few enemies along the way. But why should I concern myself with hacks and soreheads? What can you tell me about King Iraveti? Her face, Anna Mead's face darkens for a moment, but she quickly regains her sweet smile. Love him or hate him, you can't deny he's a great man. Pitax was a boring place before him. Only pirates, fences, and other scum did any business in the area, but then King Iraveti came and turned it into a cultural capital of the region.
With him in charge, the arts had flourished and the city's been filled with songs, paintings, and statues. I just pray that Callistia breathed the same love of the arts into the withered hearts of some of the other rulers in the region, who would prefer to squander their resources on saber rattling. Some may say that King Irvedi doesn't have a taste for arts. Any successful person gets haters spreading dirty rumors about them. You should hear the things they say about me. Pay it no mind. Our king is a man of exquisite taste, with appreciation for all kinds of art. Does the king have any enemies? Oh, of course he has enemies. Lots of them. Just like anyone who's actually accomplished anything in their life. Take some of the old trade houses, for example. Leah Cynthia and some others whom he stripped over the power. They'd love to see him at the bottom of the river, but even now, in their mutual sorry states, they can't manage to work together. There's also Irsay Kaliase, captain of the guard. He was just seething with indignation when the king brought new rulers to the city. But who wants to listen to the whining of failures like them? Irvedi brought a golden age on Pitax. I've heard King Irvedi can be too persistent in his flirtations. Adamam purses her lips for a moment, then replies slowly, choosing her words carefully. I'd prefer not to discuss the private life of His Highness with strangers, much less my own. The details of any interactions between us will remain just that, between us. Let's please discuss another topic. Alright, tell me about the Rushlight Tournament. Our beloved king runs the tournament once in several years since he took the throne. Guests from all over River Kingdoms come for it, from Daggermart to Ravon. It's a pity Bravoy didn't honor us with any okay. I guess Aldori aren't in the festive mood right now. On the bright side, we get to host you for the first time. And Calistria is willing, it won't be the last. Who might you recommend I meet here? That depends on what you're looking for. If you're in the mood for pleasant company, well, you've already met me. Sorry, one sec. And if you're in the mood for some Scandaflu, or however you spell that, you could listen to the whining of Gasper Liencia. His family lost a Pitaxian crown in a card game. Or maybe Atalia Gertalin, the headmaster of the academy, who seems to think her skill at bureaucracy makes her a good bard. And if thrills are what you're after, especially the shivers down your spine kind, try speaking with Karn Viril, head of the Thieves Guild. Farewell. Alright, so what we've yielded so far is that King Irvedi uses drugs to control the people, put simply. And a lot of them, might I add. Alright. Greetings, Your Highness. I'm Matalia Groton, headmaster of the Academy of Grand Arts. Welcome to the tournament. Is this your first time here? I'll be honest, I'm delighted to hear what you've done with New America. Not so long ago, it was little more than a hole in the ground, but you've brought it real civilization. Bravo. Lindsay has some interesting news for you. Yes, Professor Eobald found refuge in our capital, and you know what? He's writing his memories of his time in the academy. I'm sure it'll be an entertaining read for everyone in Pitax. No, all of Abistan. A book, you say? How brave of him. I hope he doesn't neglect to include the details of his dismissal. What details? What do you mean? Irvedi kicked Professor Eobald out for just being too smart, didn't he? I'm sure that's exactly how he described it. They call him the insightful for a reason, after all. Anyway, forgive me, but I've no interest in discussing this topic further. If you'd like to exchange idle gossip, I'm sure you can find much more willing and interesting company here. I suspect you know whom I'm referring. Alright, how fares the academy?
Oh, it's just splendid. If you ever find time to visit Pitax, I'd gladly give you a tour. We're currently holding an expedition for our graduates' works. Though it's a pity that... No, it's fine. Believe me. We have plenty worth coming to see and hear. I get the impression something is upsetting you. Oh, no, please don't worry. I'm just disappointed that one of our best students, Trebizond of Cordelon, couldn't come here today. He could be singing in any capital, but the king chose to send him to some backcountry village called Littletown. Of course, His Highness would never squander talent, so I'm sure we'll hear from Trebizond again, but still, I do worry. I hear you're not exactly thrilled with Iravedi's power. Forgive me, Your Highness, but this is defamation. My students and I owe everything we have to King Iravedi. One sec. Alright, my students and I over... Okay. It would be base ingratitude on my part to engage in any conspiracy against our patron. You must have me confused with Adaman Balara. She's certainly always ready to bite at the hand that feeds or caresses. Who might you recommend I meet here? There are many respectable attendees today. You already know King Iravedi, of course. You should be sure to speak with High Priest Ray Yarns as well. He's truly a wise and honorable man. And if I may give you one piece of advice, beware of Karn Viril. He may be business partners with King Iravedi himself, but those who deal with him usually find themselves in a bad way. Since he showed up in a city, our dear captain of the guard, Irse Kalese, has so much work that he... forgive me, I've probably said too much. What did you mean when you mentioned the circumstances surrounding Eobaldi and Sightful's dismissal? Forgive me, Your Highness, but I prefer not to discuss the subject. If you're truly so interested, I'm sure there are more than a few slanderers who would gladly share all the dirty details with you. Sure. Why not? Farewell. So there appears to be... yeah. Interesting. Well, at the very least, it's not that bad of an issue. Alright. I'm aware he's the one who invited me. Okay, we're not supposed to allow anyone in. If the king commands it, we will, but at this point you could be a thief for all we know. Perhaps 1,000 gold will persuade you to let me in? What's this, a bribe? Not a chance. Okay. Nope, let's load that. God dang it. Okay, let's go through that conversation all over again. All it took was one single bribe and things just got crazy. Let's just quickly do this.
Oh, I managed it.
Okay, there we go. Now we pop that.
Well, it's done now.
Okay, well, grab that. And let's quickly go over the conversations, because the more information we have, the better. But yeah, no, I'm annoyed that I had to do that. I hate doing reloads like that, it's annoying. Oh well. We'll get a chance to talk with everybody before we go, so let's quickly just gather what we can, talk with who we can, go from there. Okay, grab this.
Alright, what else? Let's grab... Alright, wyverns there. Eh. Okay, grab this. Alright, from here we go back to the Pitax Warden here. Alright, farewell. There we go. Grab this. Alright, now we talk with anybody else willing to list, or anyone we can tan. Stefano now. Alright, we finished that dialogue. Let's move over to this one. We have already gone over these talks, so I'm not going to repeat them. So, yeah, I'm just going to speed through them. Because information is actually really important in these games, so it's usually best to get all the conversations you can. And that's why I'm doing this in it as much as I can. Alright, we'll leave for now. Okay. Grab those. Let's talk with
All
Dre.
this waiting bores me.
Alright, you might recommend that. Okay. Farewell. That's yet another talk dealt with. Let's deal with this. Grab that. Alright. Undermine. Okay. Farewell. And just attacking just basically gets you imprisoned. So, never do that. It is just a bad idea in general. Okay. Alright, farewell. There we go. And of course, going any further than here is basically... Well, we can go around, we just can't go to Iravetti's corner of the camp. Put simply. Have these. And yeah, we just can't go in there, it seems, so. Well, unless we can squeeze past, but I don't think we can, yeah. That's just an Iravetti thing here.
In due time.
No reason to spark any conflict here. Alright. Alright, Lindsay had a question for you. Oh, I hope it isn't about any of the lectures I used to give you at the academy. Go ahead, ask away. Sorry, but I really need to know the truth. Why did Iravetti kick Professor Eobald out of the academy? Oh yes, he did move to your kingdom, didn't he? I'm curious how he portrayed his dismissal. I bet it was something like a poem in the 6 verses recounting the tale of a tyrant ousting the poor but honest scientist for telling the truth. The reality is much more mundane. Iravetti didn't fire Eobald. Atalia did, and I had to give it her. This time, unlike most times, she was completely right. That can't be. Why did Atalia expel Eobald? Well, Eobald is a very fine teacher, of course, but he pays too much attention to how his favorite students perform in class, and not enough to their extracurricular activities. Why worry if they steal a trinket here or there, or maybe rough someone up on occasion? So long as their poetry and music are exemplary. Predictably, this led to a sad end. What was supposed to be just another innocent joke from one of his favorites, Alondi led to someone's death. It was an accident, certainly. The kids just underestimated their own strength. Atalia expelled a lot of them, and as always, Eobald went to stand up for them, but this time, he discovered that her patience was not boundless. She blamed him. She said that he'd let his troublemakers run wild, so he could get out of the academy along with them. She told him she won't tolerate any more bullying, even if it comes from the genius students. I understand it's odd to hear won't tolerate from Atalia Grelton, but that's exactly what happened.
If Iravetti didn't banish Eobald, then why did he send those cutthroats after him? He'd planned to return the old man to Pitax and make Italia reinstate him in the academy. Or failing that, he at least wanted to keep him from going to you. Eobald the Insightful is a prominent name. Of course Iravetti would want a teacher serving him rather than his neighbors. Why would Italia hide the circumstances around Eobald's dismissal? She doesn't like to discuss the Academy's internal affairs. Behind a neat facade, there are too many events she's looked in the other way on over the years. All in good faith, of course. Thank you for telling us the truth. I'm not sure you should be thanking me. I see poor Lindsay's not too happy with this truth. Hey, come on girl, cheer up. Being disappointed by people is practically a professional's necessity for people like us. Whatever I may have said before, you're not a bad bard. And that means sometimes you have to face the music. Very well. Enjoy the celebration. I can't believe it. Teacher lied to me all this time? I'm going to learn the truth as soon as we get back to the capital. Sure. Sounds like a plan. Alright. Well, I'm not gonna tell at the very least. I think it'd be wise not to mention her name. Farewell. Okay. I think that's as much as we can explore around here. I mean, there is a box here, so we can grab that, I suppose, but that's about it. Alright. We can't explore King Iravetti's camp just yet, so that is off the table, but we can save here. And let's buffer up, because we got some things to do.
I appreciate privacy.
Alright, so how we want to do this? I guess we focus on Samuel.
Let's move already.
And we use Heroism Greater on Steven specifically. And we begin with Lindsay buffing everybody up with Good Hope to give ourselves the big buff that we need. There we go. Alright, and with that, let's talk with Muzio, because that is as much prep as we're going to need for this event, I believe. Because Senator Armstrong's really strong, technically. Alright, I'm ready to participate in the Fisher's Triathlon. Let's begin. Alright, so we've got choice between stealth and athletics. Trumpets sounded over the arena, announcing the commencement of the Fisher's Triathlon. We were to distinguish ourselves in 3 sports, if you could call them such. You be the judge, dear reader. The first round was fish carrying, if you could believe it. They built narrow bridges over the pits of mud and placed barrels on either end, one side filled with fish and the other side empty. The goal was to get all the fish from one side to the other barehanded, without falling into the mud. I'm sure this is what you imagine from a rural tournament. Throwing fish at your opponents was prohibited, but there was one unofficial but well understood rule of this tournament. Don't get caught. We had to decide which of us would participate, as well as how fair we wanted to play. We tried to cheat by discreetly throwing fish at our opponents. Yep. Let's do it. Competing honestly among such company would be more embarrassing than losing. As Sundowner ran across the bridges with heaps of fish in his arms, he deftly tossed a fish beneath the feet of the Gralton competitor, who slipped and fell in the mud. Another fish found its way right into the Daggermark competitor's forehead, sending him down alongside the Galtoner. The judges didn't notice a thing. We won the first round. The second round was untying knots. Competitors would be tied up on poles resembling ship masts, and they had to escape the ropes. We, once again, had a choice to make. We noticed a sharpened coin glistening in the Daggermark competitor's mouth, and a Gralton participant had a blade in hand.
We exposed the cheaters, leaving us with fewer rivals. The judges escorted the cheaters out of the arena, and the crowd laughing and whistling all the while. With a third of the competition gone, Sundowner easily outpaced the others, untangling the ropes and making its way to the judges, while the others still wriggling in their bonds like flies in a spiderweb. We'd won 2 out of the 3 rounds. We seemed to have our victory in the bag, but with the rivals we were dealing with, there was no time to relax. The last round of the tournament was diving for river pearls. Huge tubs were filled with mussels in the river water, and some empty jaws had been placed on sets of scales. We'd just have to open the mussels with our bare hands, gather the pearls, and deposit them in our team's jar. Of course, if playing fair wasn't a priority, we could try weighing down the jars with other things as well. I say we try to cheat by slipping pebbles into our jar. Let's do it. Sundowner bravely dove into the muddy water and started opening shells, breaking his nails in the process. He put fistfuls of pearls into his jars as fast as he could, slipping in an occasional pebble, pinch of sand, or dollop of mud when possible. Once time was up, his jar was the heaviest. A victory for us. Soon we stood on the pedestal as the judges awarded our teams the victory. We were wet, muddy, and smelled of fish, but we grinned with joy all the same. And with that, that is the first contest done. Do I have time for the other contests, or do I think I have to end it? I'm not entirely certain. Let's see. Do we need to talk with anyone else? I don't think we do, but I don't know. Well, let's see if there's any conversations we need to cover. Nope. I'll use Steven Armstrong as like a foot forward because he's so fast. Farewell. Okay. Gressi. Hold on. Let me actually equip my diplomacy item for this. Okay, Ring of the Ring of Circumstances is currently not going to be beneficial to me, so I'll keep that abstained for now. Put that there, I guess. We still got the Golden Tongue, so we'll do that, and we'll do a quick save. Alright. Let's talk with Irisi. Let's see. I hear you're not pleased with the way Iravetti rules. You know what? No, I'm gonna load this. Bugger it. The one time I'm just gonna re-roll it. The elf looks around carefully. Not so loud. Iravetti has ears everywhere. But if your highness must know, so be it. My fellows and I serve the city, not the crown. Not the trading houses, not whoever has the biggest purse. The city. This stump we call Pitax, and all the poor fools who swarm around it. Former kings understood this. They're the ones who arranged it in the first place, but when Iravetti took charge, he thought the city guard would be his personal cutthroats. Once he realized that wasn't the case, he started doing everything in his power to make our jobs harder. Now he has this personal guard he formed, who are above the law and following the orders as a barbarian. And then there's Karn Viril with his so-called Thieves Guild. Scumbags flood the entire city of Nemarian drug, bloodbrush extract, the poison that turns people into mindless sheep. Our former kings understood that even Pitax needs some bare minimum of order to avoid falling to pieces and floating down the river. But Iravetti seems on track to burn the city to the ground. I see. Okay, farewell. Good to know. Yeah, another thing to worry about, I guess. But that's fine. We'll quickly zoom around, see if there's anybody we need to talk with. Farewell. Okay, nothing here. Farewell. Alright, anything here? Trey. Nope, farewell. Okay. Nope. Let's do the second stage now. I'm ready to participate in the boasting contest. Let's do it. The tournament continued with a boasting contest. The first participant, a man from Daggermark, stepped up to the podium and told a raunchy story about him sneaking into a temple of Calistria and seducing all the priestesses, including the High Priestess, in a single night. The crowd was particularly amused by the suggestive glances he kept casting toward one of the guests from Timon. She simply smiled mysteriously in response. The second participant was a guest from Galton, who told a completely implausible tale about his travels across the other planes, where he battled undead hordes and defeated blood-curdling monsters. He was an average storyteller at best. He'd be lucky to get a seat for that story at the Academy. But the listeners were inexplicably elated. Suspicious, we took a closer look at the crowd, and of course, we spotted a bard using tricks of the trade, and likely a little bit of magic to aid Galton Man's performance. We quietly warned the bard that we would shut him up if he kept interfering. The bard got the message and quickly disappeared. Without the bard's support, the guest from Galton immediately lost the audience's approval. As he grew more nervous, he began mumbling and stumbling over his words, and he eventually left the podium among jeers and whistles. Then it was Pitax's turn. The kingdom's honor was represented by Amadon, a sweet-voiced singer whose smile could win over the most withered of hearts. Oh, Adamon. But while her voice was smoother than silk, her words stung like arrows. With a soft smile, Amadon told everyone how she spent months in our kingdom, learning our secrets and instigating a riot. Of course, the honest trade of the bard and the shady dealings of a spy often go hand in hand. But oh, Annabelle, who could have expected such an ugly blow from such a lovely lady? She described in surprising and exceptionally critical detail how much of our young state suffered under the atrocities of the troll assaults and the magic plague. She never stooped to actual lies, but she made it sound as though our king, Baron, at the time, was simply drinking and debauching, while his subjects struggled. She made our crusade against Vorticai look like a cunning conquest of Barnhold, and with the War of Tiger Lords was characterized as an impossible venture. Talk about cruel and unfair. Do I take the risk? Why not? He regaled them with the tales of our victories over the Stag Lords, the Trolls, and Vorticai and Armagh. Stephen Armstrong with the 32. It wasn't easy getting the crowd excited for the story. They were all glorious feats, of course, but that was the problem. The audience had already heard them time and time again. Stephen Armstrong used all the eloquence he could to bring out to breathe new life into these old stories. The audience hung on every word, sometimes laughing uncontrollably, sometimes holding their breath to avoid missing anything. Stephen Armstrong finally brought the story to an end, and the viewers gave him a standing ovation as he left the podium. The woman from Timon, a priestess of Calistria, went last. She told stories of her love affairs in faraway countries and on other planes, casually mentioning an unpleasant disease she contracted over her journeys that took her a long time to get rid of. Hearing that, the participants from Daggermark paled and grabbed at his belt, bringing roaring laughter from the rest of the audience. And finally, the judges announced the winner, Stephen Armstrong. He walked up to the podium with thunderous applause and took another bow. As one would. Okay. Sorry about that, I got the hiccups. Jeez. 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Okay, good. I just had to take a moment there. It's all good though. But we can level up now, it seems, so we might as well take the chance to do that. Alright, do we want to level up in Monk? Yes, I'm well aware, Barlow. That's why I posted the message. I'm going to be a little bit late, but I want to finish this up before I do so. It's just for the sake of it, and it'd be really rude to leave it on a cliffhanger here. Yeah. Alright, I think I'm only just going to level up Stephen Armstrong for this purpose. So we're just going to get another level of Monk. We'll get to key power and all that jazz, but yeah. Focus is persuasion, obviously, so keep that leveled up. Do we want mobility? No, we'll level up athletics 1 point, and we will boost up all knowledge arcana, I guess. Just get all those points up. I can add either an additional d6 of sneak attack. I can add my dexterity bonus to my CMB when tripping foes, if I so desire, that is. Which I suppose wouldn't hurt. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. And it appears we got the scaled monk feat, bonus feat. Let us get intimidating prowess, I guess. Intimidating prowess would be nice. I could also get Dragon's War, if I so desire. No. I think intimidating prowess is probably pretty good. Alright, now I've got a new spell that I can grab. I can either grab anything from here, or I can grab a spell. I think we go with Diamond Body to be immune to poison. Either that, or we go with Abundant Step. Because we technically do have Delay Poison, we don't need to worry too much about the poison damage. So I think it's in our best interest to get Abundant Step instead. So that, at the very least, Stephen Armstrong can teleport, which is pretty good. Alright, Stephen Armstrong's stats are going pretty well. Let's see. And yeah, he's still got the mutagens going for him, so that's nice. Okay. Is there any other conversations I should be worried about? I don't think so. Alright, farewell.
My skills are absolute.
Alright. I guess we'll just go to the third quest, or the Drunken Melee, I should state, and get ready. Let's begin. Alright, first and foremost, we're going to want the Mutation of Dexterity. We'll get the Intimidate going. Alright, get the Intimidate going. There we go. Boom. Now he's all disabled. And because I'm a monk, we can take these guys out. Hey! The power of a monk. Didn't even need anything. Not even support. And that was enough to, yeah. I assume I won. But before we do that, let us equip Stephen Armstrong with his gear again. Because apparently you disarm everything. Steady hand, braces of armor, boots of elvenkind, castigator cloak, belt of mighty constitution, a ring of natural born. Well, no, ring of circumstances are good. Well, no, let's actually take that off for now until we actually get the levels needed for it. And we equip the Enforcer Robe, because that gives us a boost of 5. Alright, I think that's that. I don't think there's anything in particular that I missed during this competition, so let's finish it off. The tournament is finished, isn't it? I'd like to know who won. Yes, His Highness just about to make a speech announcing the winner. Look, everyone's gathering around now. Good.
Lords and ladies, another Rushlight Tournament has come to an end. I'd like to thank all of you who honored this event with your presence. My friends, I'm happy to see all of you, but I'd like to give a special welcome to one guest who found themselves invited here for the first time. Today, we had the Baron, no, excuse me, it's King now, isn't it? Of a majority of what was once the stolen lands. Thank you for coming, my darling. I can call you that, right? I thank you with all my heart.
I see.
I first learned of him from my friend Stefano Mosconi. To be honest, his report was less than flattering. Impassable swamps, monsters galloping about, and a complete absence of any valuable resources. Nothing more than a dirty hole ruled by another bandit lord, hardly worthy of your attention. That's what he wrote back then. I'm so happy he was wrong. Truth be told, even now traveling that domain is a less than pleasurable experience. Some roads have appeared, but their safety leaves much to be desired. Take the sad story of the poor Toman Henvaki from Gralton. He set off to those lands and hasn't been seen since. His brother Adrist went to find the poor fellow, and what happened? The Baron found the body in the blink of an eye, almost as though it was stored in his cellar.
I see. Defaming me, then.
The Baron put on, clearly imitating my tournament, it was beyond description. While guests were out hunting hydras and owl bears, the latter came from behind and ate at the banquet table, along with all the servants. Some celebration, right?
Iravetti, my friend, it's uncomfortable how much attention you lavish upon me. How about your kingdom? How many bodies are found in Pitax's harbors each year? Let me ask that.
Yes. Well, I believe we've fallen a bit off topic.
I do think we do.
All I really wanted to get at was that His Highness is a personage truly as extraordinary as his lands, and I'm happy to see him at this celebration. And now it's time to announce the winner of the tournament. This year, all 3 contests were won by guests from one kingdom. I'm not sure what charms, tricks, or divine intervention helped him, but let's hear it for the winner! Your Highness, if you please. I know you're not exactly a master of ceremonies, but please try to say something articulate to my guests.
Your Highness, dear guests, attending this tournament was a great honor, and a true pleasure. I thank you all for an unforgettable day. Despite Iravetti's efforts to smear you in the eyes of the guests, the audience is elated. Your speech garners a hearty round of applause.
And now, with the competition over and the prize awarded, let's get on with the main part of the celebration. The banquet! I can hear your stomachs growling from here. Let's get to the table, and later we'll see an unforgettable fireworks show.
And now, that is the tournament. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to end it here because I have stuff to do, as you probably saw from a few messages. But yeah. We've managed to complete the Rushlight Tournament, and we did manage to succeed in such a thing. Leveling up, I'm going to leave for next stream, but just know that the level ups are pretty much simple, borderline sweet, so yeah. I digress. For those of you on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification if you want to see my stuff. I stream daily, so if you want to catch my streams, you can catch me 3 to 7 MST time, or at least roughly in that range. If you want to see my Twitch channel, you can go either down in the description below where it's linked up, or you can check me out on FYI Pawn at Twitch. So yeah. For those of you on Twitch, or those of you from YouTube coming to Twitch, follows are always appreciated. The more follows I have, the more content I can give you guys. And if you want to support me, the best way you can do so is give me follows, or at least I would appreciate it. What else? If you want to catch my VODs, the easiest way is to either check my Twitch, if you want to find the most recent stuff, Twitch channel is where you go. If you want to find my YouTube stuff, or want to find older VODs, you can check out my YouTube link down below. It's right there, so if you want to click it, it's right there, you can click it and you can go right away. If not, you can always just search me up at FYMAPon, so that's really all it comes down to. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I'm missing anything else. But at this point, once I get 50 followers and I get 3 concurrent viewers, I can get affiliate status and, you know, give you guys more stuff to do. But I digress. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I know I did. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.